All right, welcome into a Market Day Report. I am Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy, and today I'm the B team, filling in for those that aren't with us here today. Tony's off on assignment, as they say. Let's get you these prices, and I think we might have a guest coming on this this segment, but maybe not. All right, let's start with corn. We're a little bit better across the board. Just 3 ticks better in July. 4.20 and a quarters last there. We've got Dees, the new crop, up 2.5 cents to 4.47 and 3/4. So we'll take that as a small win. How about soybeans? What about the bean market? Well, they're double digits to the upside. July's up 13 cents to 11.26 and 3/4. It's nice to see a little bit of a bounce here. November beans up 9.5 cents to 11.41 and a half. You know, we've seen the beans and cotton give away half of their 2026 rally recently. So nice to see some double-digit gains there. Let's move over to see what the Chicago wheat market's got in store for us. Wheat in Chicago, we're up a nickel up front in July, 5.90 and a quarters last there, and that's pretty much 7 cents from the low, 10 cents from the high. So I'm going to call that between us. That's in the middle of the range. SEP's up 5.5 cents to 6.02 and a quarter. We've got a Dees board up 5.25 cents to 6.19 and a half. So there you go. We're up anywhere between 5 to 5.5 cents across the board when we talk about Chicago wheat. From Chicago, let's go down to Kansas City. Kansas City's up between, say, 4.25 to 5 cents across the board. July hard red in Kansas City's up 4.25 cents to 6.35. Even Dees, that's up 4.5 cents to 6.59. If you want to go all the way out to May, that's the one that's up a nickel. 6.79 and a half is last out there. Again, we're up 4 to 5 cents across the board when we talk about hard red Kansas City wheat. Let's take a look at that cotton market that I brought it up, right? Cotton is I'll go right to the Dees. That's the new crop, and we're gonna say this is really doing nothing. So it's hardly worth reporting. We're up 3 points in Dees to 75.33. It wasn't too long ago this was up around 87, 88. So we've really shaved our gains when it comes to the cotton market. Dees stands at 75.33. All right, let's bring in a guy I haven't talked to in a long time, Mr. Ryan Kelbrants with CHS up in
Scott Shellady,
Heights, Minnesota. There, how you doing, brother?
Things are going
looks
well.
Like they might have given you might have given you a raise since the last time I saw you. You got the corner office there, a nice mahogany desk behind you. It's kind of intimidating, actually.
It's an old grain grading table from the Minneapolis Grain Exchange. So there's some pretty neat. Got a bale of cotton on there too, and some tools to measure and grade wheat. So pretty neat. Yeah, we got some. Go ahead.
I have been on the floor of that exchange when I was a kid. My dad worked for Cargill up there at Lake Minnetonka, the home office, and I've been on the floor when he was trading there. So that's a long time ago.
Yeah, great place.
All right.
So we got some green on the screen, a little bit of support coming in ahead of tomorrow's WASDE report. EIA came out with some ethanol numbers earlier this morning. Ethanol production unchanged, 1.108 billion barrels per day. And then we had production was expected to be down 15,000 to up 20,000. So no surprise there. Ethanol stocks were down 154,000 at 24.4 million barrels. That was in line with estimates as well. They were thinking a decrease of 250 to up 200. And we saw gasoline demand tick up. You know, prices are a little bit lower at the pump, and gasoline demand was up 137,000 barrels a day to 8.731. So a little bit below the 4-week average. Just looking at, what's going to happen here in tomorrow's report, corn, the average yield, we don't see deviation from the May numbers usually. But the average yield is at 183 with production at 15.991, pretty much in line with the May report. And then on the yield on the beans, we're at 53 bushels an acre at 4.433 billion bushels. Ending stocks pretty close to being online. We're going to keep an eye on the South American numbers. It seems like the USDA may be lagging a little bit on some production, but they're guessing that the Argentine corn crop will grow to about 61.3 million metric tons. That's up from the May number at 59, and a slight increase in the Argentine beans from 48 to 48.6. And then on the corn side of things for Brazil, 135.7 versus 135. And then on the beans, moving from 180 to 180.4. So we'll see some CONAB numbers out tomorrow morning early, along with weekly export sales and the latest drought monitor. Definitely keep an eye on that. We should probably see some improvements with all these showers moving across much of the U.S. But until then, keep an eye on geopolitical developments in the Middle East and weather patterns. We're going to be closely focusing on them as we move towards the second half of June already.
All right, I miss that fantastic content that you bring to the table every time we talk. So
Thank you.
I appreciate all that. I couldn't even jump in. Always great stuff, Ryan. Great to hear from you. Hope things are going well. I actually have one of those little cotton bundles, little one from that exchange a long time ago, somewhere in my house. I can't remember where it is. But anyway, Ryan Kelbrants, CHS. We're going to go away and we're going to take a quick break. And we're going to come back and do cattle right after this.